Prince Harry is taking on some of Britain's biggest newspapers in court. And this isn't just another celebrity lawsuit. We're talking allegations of phone hacking, private investigators, and a media war that's been brewing for decades. But here's what everyone's asking. Is this about justice, or is there something bigger going on? Let's break down the facts. Prince Harry has filed multiple lawsuits against major UK media outlets, including the Daily Mail, The Sun, and the Mirror Group. The allegations? Illegal phone hacking, use of private investigators, interception of voicemails, invasion of privacy. And Harry isn't alone. Dozens of other claimants have joined these cases, including celebrities, politicians, and regular people who say their privacy was violated. Some of these practices were already exposed in the Leveson inquiry over a decade ago, which led to criminal convictions and newspaper closures. So why are we still talking about this in 2025? Because Harry claims it went deeper than anyone admitted, and he says he has the evidence to prove it. To understand why Harry is so passionate about this, you have to understand his mother. Princess Diana died in 1997 while being chased by paparazzi. Years later, it was revealed that BBC journalist Martin Bashir used forged bank statements to secure his famous 1995 interview with her, an interview that deeply damaged her reputation and mental health. Harry has been vocal about how the media's treatment of Diana shaped his entire life. In his memoir, Spare, he wrote about the trauma of walking behind his mother's coffin while cameras clicked in his face. He said publicly that he believes the British press played a role in her death. So when critics ask, why is Harry so obsessed with suing newspapers? This is why. It's personal. It's about his mom, and he's not letting it go. Now here's where things get interesting. Some legal experts have raised eyebrows at how these cases are being handled. Key questions being asked. Why are cases that might normally be barred by statutes of limitations still proceeding? Are there conflicts of interest in how these cases are being managed? Is Harry getting special treatment because he's royal? To be clear, courts have allowed these cases to proceed based on legal arguments about when Harry could have reasonably known about the alleged hacking. But critics argue that ordinary people wouldn't get the same consideration, and that raises uncomfortable questions about equality before the law. Prince Harry isn't fighting this battle alone. Other high-profile claimants include Elton John Sadie Frost, Baroness Doreen Lawrence, multiple other celebrities and public figures. Elton John, in particular, has been a major supporter. Harry acknowledged in his book that Elton and lawyer David Sherborne were instrumental in encouraging him to take legal action. Elton has his own long history of battling the British tabloids, having won and lost various privacy cases over the years. Some observers have suggested this creates the appearance of a coordinated campaign against the media rather than individual justice seeking. Others say that's exactly what's needed: strength in numbers against powerful media corporations. One of the most controversial moments came during court proceedings when questions were raised about witness statements. Reports emerged that at least one witness disputed the accuracy of statements attributed to them. This sparked major concerns. How are witness statements being verified? What happens when testimony is disputed? Why wasn't there an immediate investigation? The court has continued to proceed, but these questions haven't been fully answered in the public domain. Legal experts are divided on whether this represents a serious procedural issue or just normal litigation complications. But for observers watching from the outside, it fueled concerns about transparency. And then there's Meghan. Meghan Markle, now the Duchess of Sussex, has her own complicated relationship with the British press. She's won court cases against newspapers for publishing her private letter. She's spoken openly about the racism and harassment she faced from tabloids, and she's been vocal about supporting Harry's legal battles. But here's what's being discussed. Some commentators claim Meghan has influenced Harry's approach to the media, making him more combative and litigious. Others point out that Harry was already suing newspapers before he even met Meghan. There's no evidence Meghan is controlling anything, but the public debate around her role reveals deep divisions in how people view this couple. Are they victims fighting back? Or are they using their platform for personal vendettas? The answer probably depends on who you ask. These lawsuits are expensive. We're talking millions in legal fees. Harry has reportedly been funding these cases out of his own pocket, though exact figures aren't public. There have been questions about how sustainable is this legal strategy financially? What happens if Harry loses and has to pay the other side's costs? Are there other financial pressures influencing decisions? Some tabloids have speculated about everything from tax issues to Netflix deals, but most of this is unverified gossip. What we know for sure, legal battles at this level cost serious money. Perhaps the biggest question in all of this is about the justice system itself. Key concerns being raised. Are judges giving special consideration to royal claimants? Should cases with disputed evidence proceed without investigation? Is there equal justice for wealthy, powerful people versus ordinary citizens? These aren't new questions. They've been debated in the UK for years, but Harry's cases have brought them back into sharp focus. Some legal commentators argue the system is working exactly as it should, following procedure and letting evidence be tested in court. Others say the appearance of special treatment damages public trust in the judiciary. Both sides make valid points. You might be thinking, why should I care about a prince suing newspapers? Here's why it matters. 1. Press freedom versus privacy. This case will help define where the line is between public interest journalism and invasion of privacy. 2. Accountability. If major news organizations really did break the law, shouldn't they face consequences? 3. Equality. Do the rich and powerful get different treatment in court than everyone else? 4. Public trust. When institutions, whether media or judiciary, lose public trust, democracy suffers. This isn't just about Harry and Meghan. It's about bigger questions that affect all of us. Multiple cases are still ongoing. Some have been settled, some have gone to trial, others are still in preliminary stages. Harry has already achieved some victories. A judge ruled that Mirror Group newspapers did engage in phone hacking and awarded him damages. But other cases are more complicated and could take years to resolve. Meanwhile, the public debate continues to rage. Team Harry says he's fighting for accountability and justice against corrupt media practices. Team Press says he's a privileged prince trying to silence legitimate journalism. The truth? Probably somewhere in the middle. Here's what we know for certain. Phone hacking happened. That's been proven in multiple cases. Harry has won at least one court ruling against newspapers. These cases raise important questions about media ethics and legal equality. Public opinion is deeply divided. What we don't know: how all these cases will ultimately be resolved, whether systemic change will come from these lawsuits, what the long-term impact will be on press freedom. My take: whether you support Harry or think he's gone too far, these cases matter. They're testing important principles about privacy, power, and justice. And they're forcing us to ask hard questions about the institutions we trust. So keep watching, keep asking questions, and form your own opinion based on facts, not headlines.